What is good, CGS family? We are back with another episode of True to Size, and this is episode 185.
Alvin, why are you making us look so low budget with like your self echo, bro? You know we got Joel. We got Joel here with the actual echoes.
Crazy. I don't have a button like Joel does.
Only Joel is the one who has the budget. We blew the budget on Joel's microphone. The rest of us are recording off of camcorders and Walkmans and whatever we can VCR. Whatever we can scrape together. What's going on, everyone, and welcome to True to Size. We are a weekly podcast centered around the wild world of sneakers. I will be your host today. My name is Lawrence Hopkins, and I am joined by the rest of the quarantine at Canada Got Soul, Mr. Joel Hernandez.
Yo.
Mr. Alvin Martinez.
What up?
And that's it. Just us again this week. And I do want to say to my extendo family over here, Merry Christmas to both of you, because now that Halloween is out the way, it's
Christmas.
It's
There's
time.
Nothing else.
Christmas.
There's nothing else in the way of Christmas.
Yeah, especially as a Canadian, because we don't have that Thanksgiving that kind of just like slots itself in between, like the Americans do.
Yeah.
We got that out of the way in early October. It's just Christmas.
Suckers.
It's Christmas time now, baby. If I didn't think the podcast would get taken down, if I would play Mariah Carey, I would play it right now, but I know that she is on top of that shit. All I want for Christmas is you. Yeah, I can't even play a snippet, or I know it's gonna get taken. I don't know if we can sing it. I don't know if I could.
We have to talk over it.
Yeah.
So I was just going. You have to be like, yeah, this is Mariah Carey.
Yeah, we'll just talk some bullshit. We could just play it in the background.
Christmas.
See, now that was so good that Mariah Carey is gonna think that was her, and she's gonna take it down.
Yeah.
Sign me. I can be your double.
Body double and voice double.
Oh, man.
Anyways, yeah, I wanted to say Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all those things, because this is I love Christmas, man. Like, I know that there's some people who love Halloween. I don't even consider Halloween a holiday. What if Halloween's not a holiday? What is Halloween? Do you guys consider Halloween a holiday?
No.
What is it?
Because you don't get a day off.
Yeah. What is it then?
Yeah.
It's free candy day.
Like a cultural day? I don't even know what you would call
What
it.
is it?
I feel like it's more it's not even religious, because All Saints Day is kind of religious, but it's just something before All Saints Day that people celebrate.
So it's not a holiday, but it's like big. I don't even know.
Some research.
Yeah. Let us know, listening, if you are a Halloween fan. What is Halloween considered? Do you consider Halloween a holiday? That's a very good question.
I love Halloween, but I don't consider it a holiday.
Yeah, you're definitely a Halloween guy. I know that. I'm Christmas through and through. Like, love it. Like, first day. Yesterday, I wore my Supreme Mariah Carey t-shirt. Or not even yesterday, 2 days ago, on November 1st. I was like, it's time. It was yesterday, yeah. I'm ready. Bring it on. Anyways, what's going on, everyone? We are back with another great episode for you guys this week. We're kicking it off with a question from one of our Fire Round champions before reading some news about investing in sneakers, because we're all rich, so we're going to do that. After that, we've got quite a few listener submitted comments in our EEE segment, so we'll cover that before we bring back a fan favorite, sneaker heading for dummies. It's been a minute since we've done that. And finally, we're going to cover a brief discussion about high fashion sneaker collaborations. Who are they made for? What are they good for? And do we even need them? Very, very hard hitting questions this week. But first, Joel.
Fire round.
Man, who was question? Yes, it is the fire round. Joel was asking. Yes, it's the fire round. We like to start every show with a quick hitting question from you, our listeners. And this week's question comes from, as mentioned, a fire round champion through and through, H. Koo, Harrison Koo, good friend of the show.
Harrison.
And he wants to know, inspired by our yurt fire round question last week, it got him thinking, regardless of how good or bad the actual sneaker itself was, what is the funniest nickname for a sneaker? And what is the coolest, most fitting nickname for a sneaker you've ever heard? Because the yurt is obviously a ridiculous name. For those who don't know, a yurt is like a hut. like in the wild. That's what a yurt is. It's like a hut or
Yurt?
like a cabin or like it's like a circular structure that you would camp in. A yurt. So yeah, this is a tough one. Oh, I could think of one, and it was actually brought up by I remember our good friend of the show, Just Calby, when he brought up the fact that infrared 90s, infrared on a shoe means like light pink, like dark, like I don't even know what you would call it, but like a pinky reddish. But in actual real life, infrared is invisible. Like infrared light, you can't see it.
Yeah.
But for some reason on a sneaker, infrared is like light pink / red. Yeah, so that's one that I can think of.
I'll say bread.
Bread is a very good one.
Because when you say bread, I think of literal bread. You know what I'm saying?
Like loaf of bread.
Do you ever accidentally spell like the food bread, BRED, because of sneakers is like ingrained in your mind?
Oh yeah.
Because I do.
I haven't yet, but I'm sure I will in the future. But yeah, I'll say bread is a silly one.
I think
because
even
it's like laziness, you know.
Even just lots of the colorway names that they come up with, like the colors on sneaker boxes are usually like insanity, Parisian violet and like sunset or like all these crazy different things that like vermilion, like the foam runner that just came out. What the heck is vermilion? I've never heard that.
Red, bro. That's what it says, vermilion.
Yeah, that's the colorway. It's red, but it's vermilion. Like all of the Yeezy colorways, really. Even Wave Runner is kind of a funny nickname for a shoe. But yeah, like all these colors are just absolute insanity. What about fitting nicknames? Like cool nicknames, like good nicknames. Can we think of any good nicknames? A really good one that I can think of just off the top of my head is Lightning. Like Lightning Jordan 4 is just such a badass colorway name. I don't know if actually even, I think the colorway is Tour Yellow. Like the actual color on the box, but for some reason it just has this lightning moniker, and it's like the coolest thing because it's like so bright and yellow, and it just reminds you like that, like of a lightning strike. So lightning is one that I can think of at the top of my head that is like really, really good.
I like
anything what the. I love that it started with like, they started with the dunk, but it started as literally like, what the heck is that? Like that was the idea.
Yeah,
and it's become its whole own thing now.
Yeah. I was gonna say South Beach.
Yes,
is a pretty cool nickname.
Very good one.
Like
nice.
The flamingo vibes with the
Miami
colors
Vice
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we couldn't think of any silly ones. Yurt is a very good example. Bread is a good example. And basically any Yeezy colorway is a good example. But good question. Anything that makes us think that hard means it's a good question. But
a tough one.
It was a very tough one. If you would like to submit a question for the Fire Run and have us answer it on the pod, please shoot us a message on Instagram or email us at canadagotsoul@gmail.com. Next up is the CGS Picks. Each week, we all pick an upcoming sneaker to analyze, dissect, and give our thoughts on. Then we decide if it's poop, scoop, whoop-de-whoop, or Alvin's trademarked phrase,
super cute.
And actually, this is an interesting colorway, but mostly because a lot of people didn't know how to pronounce it when it first came out. So I'll go first with that one to bounce off the fire round. And that is the upcoming in November, allegedly, Air Jordan 1 High Bordeaux. And for anybody who was around in sneakers when the Bordeaux 7 first retroed in like 2011, 2012, it was like the first time since 1992 it came back out. Everyone was like super hyped, but so many people had no idea how to pronounce Bordeaux. We had like Bordeaux was the most common mispronunciation for that. Bordeaux.
The black and gray Jordan 7s.
Yep, or that black, gray, and the dark red or whatever. The Bordeaux. So yeah, they're doing an Air Jordan 1 with a Bordeaux inspired colorway. It's traditional color blocking, kind of like COJP vibes, like CoJP vibes on the color blocking, especially with the like bubble wings logo or jewel wing logo on the side and silver swoosh. But yeah, man, these are super, super, super clean, especially for a November, like fall, even going into Christmas sneaker. Just traditional color blocking on like a very, very wearable color is just, it's always a hit. So look for these sometime this month. The release date says November 20th. So as long as there's no shipping delays, you can expect them to drop in a couple weeks. But yeah, these are super clean. I'm going to call them a cute for now because I'm not a massive fan of that jewel/bubble wings logo, just because how it ages is not the best. Number one,
Yellow.
And yeah, yellow's like crazy. And number two, we have the AMM Air Jordan 1, the Amamanye Jordan 1 coming out either this month or next month in very similar color story, like a white/off-white and Bordeaux/burgundy. So I think I'll end up passing, but it's a good looking shoe. I think people are going to really enjoy it. The colorway is super clean and timeless, and I think it will do well. But just a cute for me. Joel, what have you got for us this week?
Okay, so what I got is the upcoming Nike SB Dunk Low Chlorophyll.
Nice.
So just like the Air Trainer 1 Chlorophyll, same color vibes, same color schemes on the Dunk Low this time. So if you can imagine like the Air Trainer 1 with the strap, that black piece of strap, and it sort of like goes onto like the toe cap kind of thing. That whole blackness, that black leather is on the black toe of the Dunk Low. The medium gray hits of all over the Trainer 1 is on the heel part of the Dunk Low. You've got the perforated white leather that goes all over the shoe. It's pretty much the Trainer 1 with on the Dunk Low. They did it beautiful. You got the chlorophyll, the green chlorophyll hits like on the tongue liner as well as on the tongue, just like on the Trainer 1. Like I said, with the perforated leather, I wish that they had gone like on the medial side of the shoe with a swooshless kind of branding, just like the Trainer 1.
The Trainer.
That would have been like, damn, that looks so good. But still, these look like these are beautiful, man. Just take a look on the heel especially, like with the Nike logo in the chlorophyll green. It's just wow, it just pops.
Yep.
But yeah, man, these drop sometime. It says November 2021, but who knows when these will drop? But yo, these are super, super cute.
This is a Joel shoe if I've ever seen one, I must say. I know Joel is very much a chlorophyll guy. That's another funny nickname. Chlorophyll.
That is a funny nickname.
Yeah.
What is chlorophyll? Isn't chlorophyll... Let me Google it. What is chlorophyll in real life?
It's not a chemical.
It is definitely a chemical,
From
but
plants.
what is it? Okay, so chlorophyll is a natural compound present in green plants that gives them their color. It helps plants to absorb energy from the sun as they undergo the process of photosynthesis. This nutrient is present in green vegetables and other plant-based foods like algae. So it's green. There you go. That makes sense then. Okay.
Algae.
Acceptable.
Yeah.
It's really funny actually because if you Google chlorophyll, the ads, well, this is just on mine. The ads on the side is a bunch of different like natural organic chlorophyll things you can buy. And then there's one ad for Nike Fragment Design Air Trainer 1 SP Chlorophyll from StockX. It's a bunch of bottles and then one shoe.
The SB?
The Trainer SB,
Yeah,
yes,
that
is sitting in there, yeah. So there you go. That's what chlorophyll is. Maybe it's just us who didn't know. I don't know. But anyways, moving on. That is a funny name regardless because they could use that for any green shade. I don't know why they chose that specific one. Alvin, your pick this week. Can we make fun of another nickname?
Maybe. I don't know. So this week I got the Bape and Vans collabo. They're working on a head to toe type collabo, which Vans usually does anyway with any of their collabs. They'll make the dope sneakers and then they'll have some dope apparel to go with it. Mm-hmm. So the sneakers that we are talking about are the Vans Skate High and the Vans Authentics. So the Authentics is a low cut shoe. It'll just have the regular green Bape camo. And my favorite of the two is the Vans Skate High. It's just a black and white Vans Skate High. However, the Bape camo is just, it looks like it's just like either
Like an
printed
outline.
or embossed or outlined on that canvas part. And I like it, yo. Like it's very low key. It doesn't pop too much. Like if you're rocking jeans or some pants or something, like you won't be able to tell. It's one of those like if you know, you know. But it does have that hit of camo on the tongue where the tag is for Vans. And then the apparel, man, like it's fucking dope. Like it looks like they're gonna be coming out with some hoodies. On the front of the hoodie, on the left side by your chest, they'll have the Bape logo along with the Vans off the wall skateboard logo. However, on the back is where you get a square hit of the green Bape camo, and on top of that, you'll get the Vans skateboard off the wall right on top of that, and it looks pretty fucking dope. These are set to release November 30th. I don't know who'll be getting these in Canada, but hopefully I'll find out because these are a scoop for me, especially the skate highs. Those are fucking dope. And if I can get my hands on a pair, like on a hoodie too, whoop whoop.
And the good thing is, the good thing with this is Vans never really like jacks their price up, even when it's a collab.
Yeah,
like I think even Supreme collabs, like for Skate High, is like 130 Canadian max. Like they don't just absolutely like throw it up to like 250 just because it's a cool collaboration. They usually keep it pretty reasonable. And yeah, I think the clothing will probably be pretty easy to come by. I just have a feeling it's not gonna. Usually the clothing is what goes under the radar. But yeah, these are both really clean. I think that the green Bape camo is like top 5 branding things that I can think of.
Oh, for sure.
Like anywhere. It's so good. Like with the ape and the camo, it's just so recognizable. It improves everything it's on. It's so well executed. It's like, I think the Supreme box logo, just because of how recognizable it is up there as well. But like the Bape green camo is just so good forever and ever. It's just, man, it doesn't miss on anything it's on. Like those superstars that we all picked up are insane. And all it is just the green camo. It's so good.
Camo,
I think I just sold myself on the shoe. Thanks, Alvin.
No problem.
Anywho, next up, This Week in Kicks. This is the part of the show where we discuss the current headlines and happenings in the world of sneakers. And as I said, off the top, investing in sneakers is here. And I don't mean like investing, like buying a shoe to resell it, buying a shoe to hold it to resell it down the line. I mean like investing in sneakers. So as we covered earlier this year, a company called Rares, which is a sneaker investment platform, bought the Nike Air Yeezy sample that was worn by Kanye West at the 2008 Grammys from Sotheby's for a record-breaking $1.8 million US. We covered that earlier. We love sneaker auctions. We talk about them all the time. So we discussed this previous. After the transaction, the sneaker investment platform announced its plans to sell shares in the shoe via an initial public offering, or IPO, like everyone's heard in stonks, in the near future. Well, the near future is now here, and Rares has announced that it will officially launch the IPO of the Nike Air Yeezy sample this Saturday at ComplexCon, so the day that this drops. Users on the Rares app will be able to purchase shares of the sneaker just like they would for a company or whatever on a stock exchange, with one share costing $15. So you can buy one share in the $1.8 million Yeezy sneaker for $15. If the platform, so if Rares liquidates the shoe at a higher price than the $1.8 million that they paid, owners of the shares in the Yeezys will profit from the transaction. Just like on the stock market.
Interesting.
It is interesting. We'll get into the idea of it in a second because I do want you guys' thoughts on this because it's definitely new. I've never really heard of something like this. But for this specific one, I think it feels more like a publicity stunt because if you bought a shoe for a record-breaking amount of $1.8 million, whom do you think you're going to sell the shoe back to make anyone any money?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand what you, as Rayers or this investment platform, or as a purchaser of a stock in this shoe, thinks the shoe might be worth in a couple of years to think that it's gonna make you any money. Maybe like there's other sneakers they could purchase, or if they start doing this on a more wide scale, I could see it being an interesting thing, especially for all these collectible sneakers that keep going up and up and up in value. But $1.8 million is a little much in my mind, and I don't know who is going to buy it. Even if someone buys it for $2 million, that means your $15 share is now worth like $17. Like that's next to nothing. Like you made $2. Like if they sell it for $2 million, you made $2 basically, and that might even be less than that. So yeah, this I'm not necessarily certain about this specific one, but I don't hate the idea overall of like kind of just investing in the collectible market. But with all that being said, we'll start with Joel. How do you kind of feel about the idea in investing in sneakers at this high of a pay, like this high of a payday or this high of a price point, not at the small level, like buying a Jordan 1 and waiting a year and then selling it for $30 more, like big time investing?
Yeah. Like you said, like I don't understand, like how would you, just exactly like what you said, like how would you justify dropping that kind of money on a pair of shoes and expecting it, like who's gonna buy that off you?
That's a big
You know
question.
what I mean? And like how are you gonna, like you said, how are you gonna make money on it? I don't know. I never understood like Sotheby's. I know that it goes to like, you know, I don't even know like what they do with that money, but I just don't understand like how would you get into the millions of dropping that kind of dough on a shoe.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't
know.
Okay.
I never understood it. Like, and to bring the whole investment thing into it, like, it's just not my my repertoire of understanding things. You know what I mean?
Like,
it boggles my mind.
I could see as a fan of like, and this is from a like purely non making money standpoint at this point, but like as a Kanye fan, it could be cool to say, oh yeah, I own a piece of that sneaker. Like part of that sneaker is mine. Similar to how people invest in like companies. Like you feel a little bit attached to it. Like I couldn't based on the app that I used to invest, but I wanted to invest in Disney because I was like, I like Disney. I want to feel like I'm part of the company in a small little way. So I could see a Kanye West super fan being like, yeah, I want to put $100 into this so I can own a small piece of this Kanye West history. Sure. But then it's like, it feels like sunken money at that point. I don't see it ever selling for anything more than that. But I'm interested to hear your thoughts, Alvin. What do you think here?
I mean, it's a cool concept. I want to see if they can sell it for more, so that if there is some sort of quote unquote investment into it, or if people actually make some money. But like you said, I agree with your statement where it's like for a super fan, maybe. But even if I was a super fan, I'd probably just take that $200 that I put into the shoe and probably want to go to a Kanye concert.
Also that, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather like, especially if there's no guaranteed money increase coming back to me, I'd rather have an experience with my favorite artist or whoever the fuck that is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's definitely cool. Everyone's trying to find their own way to make money, but I don't know how they're gonna make money because I don't know who's paying $2 million for that shit. Yeah. Unless it's like someone's gonna open a museum of fine sneakers. Yeah. But even then, that's fucking loot, bro.
That's like, a lot of money. I could see it like even some of these MJ signed sneakers that were like, say it's the Flu Game shoe that sold for I don't remember what, like $500,000. I could see, and it's still a lot of money. I could see that shoe in 10 years going for $1 million.
Oh yeah.
And then, you know, if I invested $1,000 in 10 years, I made $1,000. Sure. I don't know about a $1.8 million sneaker. And again, even $1,000 in 10 years is a pretty poor investment.
Yeah, that's
like,
fucking shit.
Your
bro.
ROI,
Like,
your return on investment there is pretty shit. But again,
it's not even minimum wage, guys.
Yeah,
Come on.
it's nothing. It's literally nothing.
For real.
So again, I could see it being a collectible thing and a cool thing to be able to say, similar to, I don't want to associate with NFTs because that's a little bit different, but like, yeah, super side note. I found out, have you seen, I'm sure it's been circulating enough that people have seen it, those like apes, those like, they call them the bored apes. Like they're just the pictures of the monkeys doing the different things and it's like the NFT. You've seen those?
I think I saw that too.
Do you know how much they actually cost?
No.
I didn't either. So I know somebody who has, one of my coworkers has one. He bought it.
Oh yeah?
He bought it when it dropped or whatever, because you have to buy them on like their website and stuff, and you buy it directly from them, and it's like an investment thing, but you buy it from them. So he bought one for, I think he said like 8 Ethereum, which I don't know, it depends on what it was worth at the time, but if it was, say it was a couple months ago, Ethereum was like $2,500. So he bought it for whatever 8 times 2,500 is. What is that? 20 grand. Let's say he bought it for 20 grand. Today, in actually a really big staff meeting, the CEO DP was like, bro, by the way, how much is your ape worth? Because it was like his profile picture on Zoom. Like he had his video down and it was his profile picture. And he's like, oh, how much is it worth now? He's like, the market's a little bit down right now, but it's worth about 55 ETH. And so 55 Ethereum, and it's now $5,000 Canadian. So it's, what is that? Just 200 grand?
Yeah.
I was like, what? The meeting like stopped. Everyone's like, excuse me? Why do you work here?
That's crazy.
Like, that's nuts. And it's an NFT, so like it's all these things, but at the end of the day, it's a picture. Like, to dumb it down way down, it's a picture. It's now worth 200-ish grand.
Crazy.
I was like blown up. Bro, you want to go for lunch? Like, what's up? You want to hang You want to hang out, dude? Yeah, anyways, back to the investing in sneakers. So again, I think I could see it as a novelty. Have you seen the advertisements on like TV? And I think I've seen them on like Google and stuff where it's like, and on Facebook where it's like, you can own a piece of like Scotland or something, like a 1x1 foot plot in Scotland for like $100. And if you own land in Scotland, you're a lord, like by law in Scotland. So it's like you can buy someone a 1x1 plot for like $100, and then you can become a lord. Like you'd be like Lord Alvin because you own that 1x1 plot.
Only in Scotland, yo.
But you can put it on like your driver's license and shit. Like you can literally put like whatever it is, like Lord or Sir or something. I don't know what it is. But it's like legal. Like you can put it on documents because it's legal to put like Lord Alvin Quincy Martinez, which is kind of dope.
In Scotland or anywhere?
Anywhere. You can put it on your, yeah, this is a real thing. I don't know if it's Scotland. Don't quote me on that. But it's somewhere like Wales or some shit and you can buy like a plot.
That I might do.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Lord Quincy.
Hello there. Tea and crumpets, please.
Alvin over in Scotland, like cutting his grass on his 1x1 foot plot of land with scissors, making sure it's nice and clean. My little plot of land. Anyways, it feels like a novelty, is what I was trying to say. It's like if I had a really good friend who was a Kanye West fan, and Christmas is coming, I'd be like, "Yo, I bought you a share of this Kanye West shoe." That's I could see it being that. But again, I don't necessarily think over time it's worth anything. Similar to Alvin's future 1x1 foot plot of land.
Yeah, but you get something back with that, yo. You get people gotta call you Lord and shit.
Yeah, man, that's proper.
I'm gonna call you shit,
yo.
Yeah.
Lord shit.
I ain't calling you nothing, bro.
Please,
Mr.
Lord, Mr. Cubot.
Imagine like you go to like the doctor's office or something, and they're like Joel Hernandez, and you walk up, and then it's next Lord Martinez.
Doctor, how are you?
Saya. Anyways, yeah, that's a real thing. Look it up on the internet. You can buy.
Send me the link next time.
You can buy. By the way, this segment was brought to you by.
By
become
Scotland.
Become a Lord of Scotland at hotmail.com. Yeah, that's a real thing. So maybe that's what I'll get for my Secret Santa this year. You can be a lord.
Fuck.
Can't believe you guys didn't know about that. That's a real thing. You can do that. We'll look it up after, and we'll all do it.
Now it's gonna pop up though.
Oh,
like, on
100%.
Facebook,
Yeah.
it'll pop up.
Unless maybe they sold out. Maybe that guy who had the land who was selling it has like sold out of the.
Damn.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Sorry to crush your dreams, Lord Alvin, but we'll move on. Next up, previously in Kicks, this is the part of the show where we reveal latest pickups and recap the latest happenings in our sneaker lives. Was it a busy week? We're about to find out. Joel, anything for you?
Well, I picked up a plot of land.
4 seconds ago.
Lord Kuya in the building.
Not cool. No, nothing for me. Nothing for me, Pippi.
Next week, you'll report back with your lordship, though. Got it. Okay. Alvin, anything for you in the last week?
Yeah, man. I picked up a pair of the Puma RS Dreamers.
Shout out
It's
Cole.
the white pair with all their multicolors, like the pink and there's like suede on it too. I'm like, yo, this is plush suede. But super dope shoe. I'm definitely gonna rock them to like ball in eventually. I also picked up a pair of Puma shorts just because I don't know. Now I need a Puma jersey or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Maybe a J. Cole jersey from wherever he played at.
Mm-hmm.
But and then I won a NetMag raffle.
Oh shit!
I was either 10th or 50th place, but I'll take the 50th place. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And I got a pair of low cut black and white Blazers, which are they're pretty clean. The suede's
Sick.
really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
For
and
$10,
then
can't go wrong.
Bro, actually it was 14.55 Canadian.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah, which is still $15 for like a pair of
for
Blazers.
$15 you
Come
can
on.
go wrong. For $10 you can't go wrong.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
And then I was also on the latest episode of the Sneaker Podcast with the homies Chris, Scott, Uncle Sean / Uncle Scott, and the homie Chloe. Except for I missed Mike because he's on vacay, but Mike, I miss you, bro.
Oh, so that's why they had you on to replace him.
Yeah, but I can't even compare to that guy. I can't sing like him. I can't play the guitar like him.
You're probably
And
embarrassed.
his voice,
us, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My bad.
Dang it.
It's okay. I'll make it up this episode. We're good.
Yeah.
You're off to a pretty shitty start. But
And that's it. That's it.
All right. For me, it's funny because last week we did thumbs up, thumbs down on triple red sneakers. And then like literally 2 days later, I won a confirmed raffle or whatever you want to call it for the Adidas Foam Runner in the vermilion colorway, as we discussed earlier. So they're triple red. It's almost like a muted candy apple red. It's very bright. It's like a muted red, like Alvin's hat that no one can see because it's a secret anyways. But yeah, they're interesting. I don't know if I like this color. They've been on my foot all day because they're not uncomfortable, and I don't necessarily know that I would wear them out of the house. But as a walk around the house situation, they're not bad. Again, $100, not going to break the bank. Decent comfort, but the red, what?
$100 to walk around the house?
I know, that's exactly it. Yeah, that's why I'm probably not going to keep them. But yeah, the red just, they look fake, if that even makes sense.
I hear
because
you.
this doesn't look like the shoe that should come in this colorway. This looks like one that you would find at a flea market. This red in like a weird muted candy apple red. It's literally like someone was like, hey, it's a Yeezy, we should make it in triple red. And they put it in the flea market. But Kanye said, hey, we should make these in triple red instead. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to keep them, but I've had them on my feet all day because why not? I also was generously blessed, and I will return the favor expeditiously to a good friend of the show, Christopher Chu, as we so lovingly mentioned already 35 seconds ago by Alvin, with the Comme des Foams CDG Air Max 180 in the white and pink colorway.
Very sexy.
Literally just like randomly messaged him. I think he posted something about like getting heavily hit by duties from eBay. And I was like, hey, I'll take your CDG 180s to offset the cost. And he's like, let's just trade for them. I'll send you these now and you send me something later. And I was like, okay.
It's a good trade.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So they've arrived now. They will be coming with me on vacation because it's a great sunny destination shoe. But yeah, I'm very happy to have those. So thank you to Christopher Chu. And finally, from Coors Light Canada, which just showed up today, Coors Light Canada, Peace Collective, and the Raptors created a homecoming collection because the Raptors are now home. Thank goodness. Big win last night by the Raptors, too.
Big win.
Against the Knicks.
Big.
Take that, bing bong Knicks, huh? Anyways, so they put together a care package with like a bomber jacket, a hoodie, and a toque/beanie/winter cap, celebrating the fact that the Raptors are back home from their stint in Tampa and /Orlando. So thank you for that. And if you guys are interested in joining a contest to try and win some of that pack, you can go to CoorsLightCanada.ca. That might not be the correct URL, but you'll find it if you Google it. I don't remember off the top of my head, and I panicked a little bit. All right, moving on. Next up, thumbs up, thumbs down. In this part of the show, we give our opinion on various sneaker-related topics with zero context or discussion. All we're allowed to say is thumbs up or thumbs down. And going to switch it up a little bit with this thumbs up, thumbs down. And it's going to be like a yes or no, but thumbs up will mean yes. Thumbs down will be no. Does that make sense? I know it's a lot.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So the question is a slide a shoe? Up means yes, down means no. Alvin.
Down.
Joel.
Down.
I'm also down. Okay. I'm glad we can all still be friends. Next up, moving on. NSR, not sneaker related. We talk about sneakers a lot, so in this weekly segment, we're going to take 30 seconds out of the show to discuss something completely irrelevant from the world of sneakers. And it's currently today, November 2nd. Halloween was 2 days ago on Sunday. Did everyone have a good Halloween?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's good.
You guys went to the country, right? That's
Sure.
scary on Halloween, Alvin. I commend you. That's brave.
No, bro, it was fucking lit, man. Streets were quiet. We went to the biggest fucking houses, and they gave the best chocolate. It was great. And everyone was mad chill, yo.
Damn, very good to hear.
Cool. We should all go there next year with all the kids.
We'll dress up. I'll dress up. If they're giving out full candy bars, I'll dress up. Damn.
Bro, full candy bars, like loot bags. Like, they give you bags of candy in one house.
What?
Ridiculous, bro.
Oh, rich people.
And some houses, you got, like, to pick what candy you like more and shit. I was like,
Damn.
y'all let people pick? I'm giving people my shit. Like,
Yeah, literally. You're getting you're getting the stuff that I don't personally want to eat.
Facts.
Yeah.
You're getting you're getting the rockets.
Ooh, I like those. Send me those.
You got the rockets.
Rocket.
Joel, is Jomar out of the trick or treating phase, or is he still going strong with it?
Nah, he's not about it, yo.
He's done with it.
He's done with it. But what he does now is, because what happened on Halloween is that his homies had like a little get together.
Ooh.
House parties are starting.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Get it?
So then he was like, because after practice he came running down the stairs. He's like, oh, can you drop me off at I don't want to say the kid's name, but you drop me off at his house? And then I'm like, why? And he's like, oh, he's having a get together for Halloween.
Damn.
Like, all right, cool. Like, you know. So
Are there girls there?
Is it a boy girl party?
No, I think it was just like boys, but they're just like, you know,
Classic.
hanging out and stuff like that, just chilling.
Playing Fortnite.
But yeah, man. I think when I picked him up, he was like, I asked him, what'd you guys end up doing? He's like, oh, we ran some ball and then we went trick or treating. So I guess they did go trick or treating. I don't know. But yeah, man.
But they were the cool kids who don't wear a costume, or they wear like just a mask and a regular outfit.
Yeah, well, when I dropped him off, he had like that Bart Simpson Adidas track jacket, that one that Cuzzo gave him.
Yep.
And then he had a Supreme hat. So I don't know what he's going at. So
he's going as
my dad.
He's going as you. You don't know what he's going at.
I'm Joe Dooney, not Dooney Jr.
I'm my dad for Halloween.
That's a joke.
All right. Anyways, that wasn't even the NSR. That was just a good little discussion. But On the topic of candy and Halloween, I do want to know, for NSR, not sneaker related, what was/is your favorite Halloween candy to be given? Even you could do least favorite as well if you want to get into that. We could discuss it. We got time. It's our podcast. Who's gonna say something? So yeah, maybe we'll do favorite Halloween candies. We'll do least favorite Halloween candy around the table first, and then we'll do favorite Halloween candy around the table
least
second. Least favorite to get. I'll start if you guys are having trouble thinking, because to me it's blatantly obvious. The worst was plain Lay's chips. They come in a yellow bag. They're literally just salted chip. Like, don't get me wrong, I love chip. Big chip fan. Number one, chips take up way too much space in my Halloween candy bag. Number two, those Halloween size chip bags are so small, and then there's even less chips in them because it's a bunch of air. Three, I'm here for chocolate and like sugar, not like just salty chips. Like, miss me with that. You can want to toss me some Doritos, maybe some Sun Chips. Done. I'll take that. But like plain Lay's? Yo. What, did you get those on sale? I'll never forget the classic. Like, they come in the yellow bag. Can never forget. It's just like you look into your bag and you see that bright yellow, and it's just mood killer. Throw it out. Go away.
Hated it.
Alvin's going to these houses that are giving full party size bags of chips. So maybe at that point I would be okay. But yeah, miss me with the fucking plain Lay's chip. Now I get myself upset. I apologize. Joel, what was your least favorite Halloween candy, or what is your least favorite Halloween candy?
Okay, I don't know. Back in the day, they used to have these it's like a no frills Halloween candy. It was like it was like wrapped in, like, pumpkins and like jack o' lanterns.
Yeah.
I hated those candies because they tasted like ass.
I wouldn't even taste
the garbage, bro.
Don't even taste it.
My parents never trusted those ones.
Anything that's not name brand is just don't. What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
stop this. Anything that looks like it should come in a larger package. Like, that's like giving out little Starbursts individually. Those come in a bag.
Yeah.
Oh, they do that still. They do that still.
Don't do
we
that.
threw them out.
Yeah, hell no.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Throw those out.
Don't do that.
The only thing acceptable in, like, if to give me individually are those little, like caramel squares. You know, the chewy caramel squares?
The Werthers?
The Werther?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, the caramel.
They're wrapped in like a clear
Clear.
plastic.
Those are fine.
Those,
because they're delicious.
Those were good.
Those are good.
I trust those for some reason. I don't know.
Are they called caramel?
Kurs, yes.
Yeah.
Kurs,
and they're just chewy and they get stuck in your teeth.
Oh, I forgot about those. Those are so good.
Those are bomb.
Yeah, I fucks with those.
Yeah, those are fine. But those don't exist in a larger package. They come individually wrapped, and that's just how they are distributed.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just open a bag of Starburst and give them out individually. That's stupid. Like, no.
Yeah.
That's like opening a Kit Kat and giving me one of the fucking pieces, or giving me one Twix, half of, like, no, I don't want your fucking scraps, man. Give me a proper serving of candy. Anyways, I'm getting worked up. Alvin, what was your least favorite?
Candied apples.
What? You got those?
What?
One year I went trick or treating. I got them, threw it straight in the garbage.
Yeah, those are.
I was like, I don't know you, bro. Oh, it's all made. It's fresh apples. Yeah, fuck you. You probably poisoned that shit, motherfucker.
Yeah, catch a blade in there, yo.
Yeah, yo. And then we went trick or treating this weekend with Kaya and the cousins, and they got candied apples.
Oh.
And even then, I was like, yo, it takes up a lot of space. It's heavy, but like, it's homemade and shit.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man.
Like, yo, COVID and shit. Like, get the fuck out.
No.
Yeah.
But like, honestly, the ladies were nice. I just COVID and shit.
Better
and
safe than sorry.
It's an apple, bro. Like, give these kids an actual fucking treat.
A damn apple.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. And it takes up so much space. It's heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy,
takes up space in the bag. Comes with a long fucking stick. Like, you're taking up unnecessary space, bro. But
there was always
candied apples, bro. Like, don't give me no fruit. Give me some candy, please.
There was always the houses that gave fruit. There was always those houses that would toss you like a banana or like a.
Here's an orange. Here's an orange.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to.
I remember one time when Jordan was younger, we went trick or treating. This lady, I swear to God, she had, the microwave popcorn.
Yeah.
She literally opened the bag and shook popcorn
What?
kernels into like kids' bags.
Loose
Oh
popcorn?
my God, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, what the?
Like
Jomo,
at
you're not
that
going there.
point, yeah, just don't give anything out. Just
Yeah.
or give the whole Orville Redenbacher packet.
Yeah,
You could,
Yeah,
that'd be
don't
fu-
open that shit.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
I'll
If I get
microwave it
home,
at home.
yeah, I'll toss it. I'll do it myself. I don't need you to give me
That
6
was-
pieces of. That's stupid. Anyways,
Yeah, that was crazy.
still apparently lots of trauma from our childhood about Halloween. But what about favorite things to get on Halloween? Because
Okay.
I think the obvious, and I'm not counting this as my answer, was anytime you got a full chocolate bar, it was like you hit the jackpot. Like you remember that house for the rest of your life. Everyone remembers the places that gave out the full chocolate bars. For the rest of your child and adult life, you always remembered it. My favorite Halloween candy, though, got to think about this because it's tough. I'm going to have to go with... I'm just going to go with Mr. Big because I really like Mr. Big chocolate bars. I'm a big Mr. Big fan, and they have them in those variety packs. Chocolate was always my go-to. I like candy, but like chocolate for sure was always like the number one. So yeah, Mr. Big is way up there. Having bite size, I can just pop them in my mouth and eat like 20 at a time. Yeah, give me some bite size Mr. Bigs. What about you, Joel?
Oh man, Reese peanut butter cups,
Ooh,
yo.
good one.
Oh yeah.
Whenever I got those, even the individual, the 2-packs, 3-packs, whatever, just give me a Reese peanut butter cup, man. I throw them in the freezer. You guys try that?
Yeah.
So good,
Yep.
So good.
Good. Heck yeah.
Man.
That's a good one. Alvin, favorite. I'm sure you got to experience it again this year, and for many more years, you will get to experience your favorite Halloween candies because your daughter will go collect it for you and bring it home.
That's it.
So my favorite Halloween candy is my favorite because as much as I like the chocolate, I'll still choose, like if I'm buying chocolate for myself or for the house, I'll still choose other chocolates to buy instead of that specific chocolate. But when Halloween comes around, I demolish these chocolates. So I so like Lawrence, Mr. Big, but also I think it's the competitor, which is Wonder Bar.
Oh, you like Wonder Bar, huh?
Wonder Bar.
They're very similar. I think Wonder Bar has like caramel in it,
It's
but
more
I think
chewy.
Mr. Big, it's a little bit more chewy. But yeah, like those two chocolate bars, I usually don't go to the store to buy them specifically. But when they do come in the trick or treat bags,
gone.
I see that yellow wrapper.
Yep.
I think Mr. Big's yellow, and then Wonder Bar is like a goldish.
Yeah,
golden
golden, but they both have blue on them or whatever.
Yeah.
That's automatic. Like my eyes just snipe them. Like give me that.
You're like, sorry,
and then let's
Kaya,
go.
dad tax.
These are bad.
Yeah,
They're bad for you.
There's poison in this one.
Yeah. But yeah, those are my go-tos for Halloween because I don't have them throughout the year.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Nice.
I could something about bite-sized candy bars, like little.
It's dangerous as fuck.
Man,
bro.
I could eat 1,000 of them.
Like Snickers.
Oh,
it's just
God.
like, her. They're perfect. Like
They're
so
perfect,
small.
and Mars bars at that rate.
Oh
as
yeah,
well. Mars and
yeah,
Snickers.
but,
like even just like the little Smarties and stuff. You take it like a shot, like just like like you just shoot them back. It's so perfect.
Take a shot. Just be careful. They're small and you might choke.
Yeah, like chew it. Like don't forget to chew it. But yeah, it's just like toss them back. Oh man.
Yeah.
Just
fast, bro.
God damn. I went to Walmart too late on yesterday and wasn't able to get.
Man.
Yeah.
No, man, it's because they had them on sale prior to Halloween, so people were buying them mad then.
All right. Well,
it's crazy, bruv.
Guess I'll get them next year. Anyways, next up. Errors, edits, and e-messages. We are pretty smart guys, but from time to time we make mistakes, so if you catch us slipping, hit us in the DM and we'll let the world know that we goofed. No goofs, but a couple comments. Apparently we had some touch points last week that people were very intrigued with. So first off, good friend of the show, Kuya of the show, jumping in with 2 feet, wants to discuss burgers. I'm not surprised that Kuya Mike hit us up about burgers. Yep. He's a passionate burger man, to say the least. But he says, my burgers always have chips, Lay's or Doritos in them. Ooh. That's his always have. He says, sorry?
In them?
In them. Which I have had.
Bro.
Crunch.
I do it every once in a while. I didn't know there was people who religiously did it with every burger. That's interesting to note. He says they will never, ever have horseradish. And he says the thing he wish was offered more. He says, I would love to have the Krispy Kreme classic donuts as a regular option for the buns on my burger.
Ooh, facts. Oh my god.
That's the least surprising sentence I've ever read from Kuya Mike, if anybody knows him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or anyone from that family, to be honest. Very large Krispy Kreme aficionados, all of them. So yeah, not surprised.
Bro.
Yeah, not surprised that he has that take, but good list nonetheless. Also from the Fire Round contributor, Harrison Koo, H. Koo. He says, in relation to the Fire Round question from last week, and going off of what Joel said, I'd specifically include a gum scraper on his shoe. Last week we did the Fire Round of what would you have as like a fun accessory. He says a gum scraper. He says, cause I step in that shit way too much. Mans are out here tossing gum in the street and I'm the unlucky recipient.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
What are you walking outside like the Hubba Bubba factory, man? Like, can't even think of the last time I stepped in gum. It's weird. It's very weird. But yeah, if you're a gum chewer, don't throw it on the street. That's just
don't
rude.
spit it on the street.
Killing birds and people step in it. That's just not
gross, bro.
Not courteous. Just gross. Yeah, especially during COVID, man. That's just gross. Yeah, and finally, from another good friend of the show, Joseph Ra'an. Joe Ra'an.
Yo, Joe. It's my boy.
We'll never know how to pronounce his last name. And he has sent in a very, very long comment. And he says, hey guys, really enjoyed this week's episode. Interesting chat about the slow release of packs. I think how I view a pack will determine my opinion, which is a really fickle way of looking at it. And I also think the size of the pack collection matters, which I think is a good point. The size of the pack and the duration of how it's released is definitely important. He says if it's a pack of 3 and I want all 3, I can't afford all 3 in one day. So selfishly, I want them to be a month apart so I can get paid. If I just want 1 pair, then I like them dropping on the same day. I guess that's because it's easier to get just one of them when all 3 drop on the same day, which is super duper fair. He says these Pata Air Max 1s are a prime example. I only wanted the Monarchs, and all I have seen the past few weeks on IG is Pata Air Max 1s, and I will continue to see that until all the pairs have dropped. It wouldn't have been like that if they all dropped in the same day, which is super, super fact. And that's what we said last week. It kind of feels like they're being like dragged out and like played out to some point because you just see it nonstop constantly. He then goes on to say, however, something like the Eta ZX series, which was huge, would have been so bad to drop on the same day because I wanted like 10 plus pairs of those. And I feel it's just interesting hearing your opinions on that because definitely pros and cons to both. Eta ZX is a great point.
Yeah.
And it's something we didn't discuss last week was size of the pack or collection, or I'm not going to get into that. But that's definitely a good point because Eta ZX coming out on the same day would have just been a disaster.
Been nuts.
And a lot of it probably would have sat because people would have had to choose max probably 3, and then at that point a bunch of stuff is just going to sit forever. So that's a fair point. It depends on the size of the collection. I'll take that. Moving on to something we haven't done in a while, but I was sitting yesterday thinking, there's some things that I need to get more familiar with personally. So I wanted to hit up a couple of aficionados in the game of doing it, and that's you two. So Sneakerheading for Dummies, basically a segment where we break down different sneakerheading isms and basically talk to somebody like they have no idea what they're doing, because I would not in either of these realms for the most part. But the first one for Joel, specifically for Joel, this one is because going off of, coincidentally enough, the Pata Air Max 1 release, the shape on the Pata Air Max 1 was like flawless. It was very good. The toe box was like beautiful. The shape just overall was really, really good. And it seems like they're getting better at shaping everything for the most part, except for dunks. Dunks are going downhill. Everything else is going uphill. But I know Joel has experience with reshaping older Air Max toe boxes, because the old toe boxes, what did you call them, Joel? The old ones?
Banana
toe boxes is what the Air Max community calls them, because they like go up, right? They're like they go up like a banana. So for Sneakerheading for Dummies this week, I want to hear Joel describe in as much detail as possible how you go about reshaping those old banana toe boxes to make them look more like a traditional bullet toe.
Yeah. So you need what I used, I used like a spray bottle, put some water in it. Have an iron. Iron's gonna be your best friend. Have towels, specifically clear towels,
Clear
because
towels.
clear towels. Well, not clear towels, but like white towels. Sorry, my
Oh,
bad.
got it. Okay.
White towels, because the colored towels, they might leave a stain on, like, let's say, white mesh.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Interesting.
So what I do is that I would pretty much stuff the toe, not to a point where it's like bulging, but like stuff the toe with some of the towels. I would sort of like, if you want to like say, I would cover the toe box with the with another towel, but I would first moisten that towel. I would spray water on that towel, and I would also spray water, like a little bit of water, on the actual toe box too. So it'll be kind of like wet, but not to a point where it's like doused in like water. But you just want to, like, just like hit it with a little bit of water. So what you would do is you would put it like on a low setting. You would put the iron on a low setting, and then you would carefully, because you got to remember that the rubber sole on the Air Max 1, it sort of dips up onto the toe. So you got to be careful with that, and you got to just hit it. I would dab it at an angle, the iron on the toe box, so you would hear like the sizzle of the water and stuff like that. So you would hit it at an angle. You won't want to come like straight down, or you don't want to come like, you want to like sort of like curve it. So you're gonna be like hitting it, round, in a roundish kind of way on the toe box. And occasionally you would take off the towel, take a look at it and whatnot. But yeah, man, just keep doing that. Let it cool down. You don't want to do it way too much. Like I said, you want the setting to be at a point where it's not too hot and not too cool. Like, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, just do that. Be careful with the toe, like the I guess, like I said, like that glue part, because once that starts heating up, that glue ain't gonna come back, man. That's gonna You're gonna have to like hit up Kanatsky, yo, I need a re-glue. So,
super facts, bro.
yeah, but yeah, man, like just do that. There's a lot of, like, nowadays there's a lot of DIYs on YouTube, which comes in handy as well. But I just learned, like, just from like, people like talking about it, like reading comments and stuff like that, and on like, the older posts and stuff. So, but yeah, man, just do that. Just be careful. Like I said, be careful of the glue.
Yeah, it sounds like too much work. I'm gonna leave the toe boxes, I think.
Yeah, leave the toe box.
I'm making the executive decision to leave my Air Max 1 toe boxes how they are. But thank you for sharing with everybody who is brave enough to try that, because that sounds risky but worth the risk, I think. Because
practice on a older, like,
on a beater,
on a beater, pretty much.
Yeah,
do that.
All right, and then one more for Alvin, not related to that, because I think he would be deer in the headlights if I asked him that question. But for Alvin, something that pertains more to him, if you could break it down, because this is something you've been getting more into recently, on like a professional level, we'll call it, but it's something that it's a move that you made, I want to say in the last year or two, more directly, and that's switching from like cell phone camera photography of your sneakers to camera photography of your sneakers. What's like, how do you kind of get started, even just like at a very basic level? Because I feel like a lot of people wouldn't even know where to start. Like, what do I even do? Do I just go buy a point and shoot? Like, what do you do to get started doing that?
I mean, you could definitely just go out and buy a point and shoot, but it also depends on like the quality of image you want, how much you're willing to spend on a camera, the lens you want to use, because a lens will be different. But instead of me trying to teach you all that, there's a school called YouTube. And honestly, that's what I did, man. Like, before I invested in any type of camera or anything like that, I just looked into what it took to kind of get a good picture, and just like the basic ways. And then afterwards, once I got my first camera, that's when I looked into, like, playing around with it, like the settings and all that good stuff too. But yeah, honestly, just get your feet wet first. See if you like it. See if that's something you're into, or if you just want to keep taking like pictures from your phones. Because honestly, like the newer phones nowadays have like some wicked settings, and you don't even need a big ass like camera to shoot. I just personally like it because I like pressing that button and hearing that sound and feeling that little vibration in my fingers. Like
You're just like walking around with the camera. Like
it just feels
you
good,
look
man.
important.
I look important. I look like I can do something with my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I look like I learned something, even though I taught myself everything.
Yep.
And my main advice is to always buy used. If you're looking at cameras, never buy brand new, because you can go on Kijiji/Facebook Marketplace or wherever and buy like a perfectly good camera for probably half the friggin' price. I do that with my camera, my lenses, all that good stuff. I'll buy everything used just because like it's a camera, it's a hard structure. Unless it's been dropped or whatever, like you're good to go. Like my most recent camera purchase was a refurbished one. And it works perfectly fine. Nothing's wrong with it. And the guy I bought it from was a teacher who had to sell all his cameras because they weren't having that class anymore because of COVID.
Oh, damn.
So it's just like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like save your money. Don't buy brand new. Buy everything used when it comes to like camera gear, because buying it brand new is not worth it.
That's a great piece of advice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stick with my iPhone, but you can stand beside me and it'll make you look even more important because I'm on my iPhone. So I'm doing it for you, really. That's why I'm sticking to the iPhone, so that you look really, really good.
I mean, my camera picked up photos better in that blue light.
It did.
That's only like that. I would say right now that would probably be the only advantage, is that you can change the settings so that if it's low light, you can have better pictures come out rather than whatever's on your phone.
Yeah.
Because with your phone, even with those low light settings, like I guess it's like night photos that we can take now with our phones, they'll still turn out a little bit fuzzy if you zoom in and whatnot. Whereas like if you do have a camera, you can make the settings so that you can take a clear photo of whatever or whoever you wanted to take photos of in the dark. Huh? OnlyFans? What?
Anywho, you can follow us on OnlyFans. Never mind. Anyways, so just to close it out, a really quick conversation about, as I talked about at the top of the show, designer shoe collaborations. And what do I mean by that? So first of all, this was kind of inspired by, one, the fact that I picked up the CDG, which is Comme Des Foams, which is not a cheap brand at all. It's a fashion designer, whatever you want to call it, brand. The 180s last week, and also the CDG Comme Des Foams Foamposite is releasing, I think, this week now at this point. By the time this drops, it might have actually already come out. The price on those is $520 USD.
Yeah, it's double the price, double retail, no? Like
more than double, I think. I think that retail US is like $230 to $250. I think they're more than double retail, like 125% markup or something. The 180, there was a price on it. I think they were 400 Canadian retail for the Air Max 180 Comme des Foams. So that's where it kind of comes from, and that's what I kind of mean when I'm discussing like designer shoe collaborations. Obviously, I mean like Prada, Adidas Superstar, the Dior Jordan 1 high and low, stuff like that, where it's like a fashion house designer brand that is very, very expensive, very, very good quality, collaborating with a sportswear sneaker brand like Nike, Adidas, whoever. So first and foremost, I literally don't know the answer to this question, because the Foamposite is a good example. It's $520 US. I don't even want to know what it'll convert to in Canadian, if any Canadian retailers get it. $750 maybe, I don't know. But who do you think these are for? Which side of the sphere are these people going, like, or who are they trying to attract when they're creating, let's say, a CDG Foamposite? Are they trying to get the Foamposite fan, or are they trying to get the high fashion CDG fan? Like, which side of the coin are they targeting with this? Alvin, what do you think here?
I believe, in my opinion, that it's definitely trying to go for the CDG fan. Just because, for the most part, I mean, obviously there are people, sneakerheads, for example, who wear CDG. However, coming from, me being a sneakerhead, a CDG top is almost $100.
That's just
a t-shirt.
Yeah.
That's a tee, and they. I mean, don't get me wrong. That heart on the tee looks dope,
and that's like
and
their
even,
cheap CDG Play is like the cheap version of CDG. Yeah,
exactly. And then their hoodies are double the price of that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, as a sneakerhead, I would rather get like a plain tee and just have dope kicks as opposed to rocking, you know, a plain tee that has a heart on it that costs me as much as sneakers. So I'm thinking that these are definitely like, this is Nike's ploy to try to get the CDG collectors, CDG connoisseurs, into their realm of sneakers, I would say. Cause they had 97s, 95s, and then Foamposites now, right?
They've had 180s, they've had Air Forces. Yeah, they've had a bunch. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what I think anyway. Cause like, I feel like the people who collect / love CDG are the ones who can afford to spend $550. Or those are the people who, you know, can justify in their heads that $550 is a good, you know, price range for a Foamposite.
Yeah.
Which it's not. Anybody wondering? It's not.
That's a great price.
Yeah, that's a good
maybe
deal.
For the Galaxies. Maybe for the Galaxy Foamposites.
For something like,
shit.
Sure. Yeah. Joel, what about you? Who do you think this is meant to target? Like, is this a Foamposite collector going for this, or is this like a CDG high fashion guy, fashion man person?
That's straight fashionista walking down Yorkville. Sorry, I'll take that. That's for like the fashion gurus out there, for sure, definitely. Like even like the other collabos, like the designer collabos Nike's done, and you know you can see it though. You can see it coming. You can see Nike scheming because now they got like these platform, you know, Bruins. These platform like, you know, Air Force Ones, like all these funky looking shoes that you know you could probably see down the runway as opposed to like, you know, walking down, you know, walking to the ball courts or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna see a homie like balling out in platform, you know, Air Force One highs. Like,
PJ Tucker.
I hope not.
Roll an ankle. Like, you know. So I don't know, man. Like you can see their ploy. You can see what they're going, and you know, I'm about it. Like, you know, it's, you know, do you, like, you know?
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. I saw a couple arguments about like the Foamposite people are going to think it's so cool, but like anyone who collects Foamposites is not paying $520 US for a Foamposite at retail. Maybe at resale for a really classic pair they may have missed out on. But I don't see any Foamposite fans buying a Foamposite for $520 retail, especially if they don't have a really strong connection to CDG, which most sneakerheads would not. I'm sure there's some overlap. Like there's obviously high fashion fans who are also sneakerheads. I just think that niche is so small that it's quite obvious that this like sort of release and these kinds of releases are targeted at these kinds of people, like a Prada superstar. That's not meant for Alex Suji Cyphersons. They don't care if he buys that. They care if whoever, I don't know, a fancy French person name, like Jean-Paul Gaultier buys them from like Holt Renfrew. Like that's who they're targeting with that. And it's even more obvious, I think, when you see that, like, let's take the CDG one and Air Max 180, for example. They were released at 400 Canadian dollars. I think a regular Air Max 180 is maybe 180 Canadian dollars. They didn't sell out. And then they went on sale for 200 Canadian dollars, and then they sold out because they literally marked it down to a regular Air Max price, and that's the price point where an Air Max fan is like, okay, I'll shell out $200 for this cool white and pink Air Max 180. Yeah. The CDG part is like, even for me, like I just think the color blocking is super dope. I could care less if it's CDG. Literally don't give a flying F about CDG personally. And I think that's even more obvious when you look at like rollouts for things like Supreme Louis Vuitton or Dior Jordan. The main people who were given access to that were like VIPs and loyal customers of Louis Vuitton and Dior. They don't really care if you, random sneakerhead, are like, hey, look at those white and gray Dior Jordan 1s. I really like those. They're like, very cool. Enter the raffle for the 3 leftover pairs after the millionaires have purchased their pairs. Similar to Supreme Louis Vuitton. I don't know if, I think that Louis Vuitton on Bloor in Toronto and Yorkville got it. I don't think it ever touched a retail release because all the VIP Louis Vuitton customers are the ones who got to buy it. And I think that's just like proof is in the pudding in the sense that like this isn't made for us. They don't care if we like it because I think the CDG Foamposite is absolutely not awful, but it's nothing groundbreaking. It's just a swirly Foamposite. They just redid the pattern on the Foamposite, and now all of a sudden it's like a high fashion. But anyways, I digress. I just don't see it. But they don't care if I see it. They don't care if I like it because high fashion people saw it on a runway with like really baggy pants and a really baggy t-shirt, and now it's like the coolest thing. So I don't think it's for us. Moving on though, can you think of anything that like they're good for though? Like these high fashion sort of like sneaker collaborations with brands, like there are some pluses I think, but anything that kind of comes to mind, we can start with Alvin again, like just like positives that come out of these kinds of things.
I mean, it introduces those who are into high fashion into the sneaker realm. Because originally, I mean, I guess if you fuck with CDG, you're gonna fuck with the Converse, which are dope too. The Converse are dope. Not gonna lie. Yeah. But like, I mean, who knows? They might not have even heard of a Foamposite.
Yeah, probably not.
For those who are just strictly in the high fashion realm, you know what I'm saying? So at least now they get to see like what a Foamposite is. Who knows? They might even look into its history because of I love the specific white. Actually, the white CDG pair is pretty dope, but it's not worth $550. But yeah, I mean, it's just that like getting people, and honestly, it'll probably introduce people into like the whole reselling sneaker market as well. I mean, I'm sure people were introduced to it with the Dior's and how fucking crazy those went. And along with anything else that's gonna drop with the Air Jordan, maybe a Louis V or whatever. But yeah, it's just like a good gateway, I guess, into sneakers. And then they might be like, oh my God, I should have bought the CDG 180s, and they'll pay resale for that on, a platform. So it'll just be like a good intro for them. Let them see what we see and why we love things we love and stuff like that.
Yeah, very, very valid point. Joel, you got anything where I don't think you're a high fashion guy, knowing you for over a decade now. I wouldn't necessarily call you a high fashion person. Fashion, yes, but not high fashion. Can you think of anything positive? Because we've seen them happening for quite some time. It's not necessarily a new thing. We've seen these CDG and Heron Preston and all these big collaborators come down and do like sportswear things. But anything positive you can think that comes out of them?
Like to add on to like what Cuzzo said, it's just like it's the introduction, it's the 101 to like to understanding sneakers and stuff like that. Hopefully they will look into like the shoe that they bought. Hopefully other than how much they can get for it, or comparing it to like a Dior Jordan 1 or whatever. So hopefully they can like turn that page and look into it. I highly doubt they will, but I think it's sort of like an intro to like different silhouettes and hopefully different brands and stuff like that. So of sneaker collabs. So, but yeah, man, Cuzzo pretty much said everything else. Like
I think it could kind of go the other way as well. Like kind of introduce the sneaker community to like just other brands that you wouldn't necessarily like mess with. Like I think CDG is a good example because it's kind of become like synonymous with streetwear culture and like shoe culture now because they've done so many collaborations with Nike at this point. Even Dior, like I had not heard a single sneaker related person ever discuss the brand Dior. Everyone kind of knows about it, but no one gave an F about Dior until they did a collaboration with Jordan Brand. And now it just seems like more people are on Dior's radar or like have Dior on their radar, and they just are more intrigued by it and will look into it and maybe pick up a couple pieces if you're very affluent. I don't know. But that's I think it goes the other way too. And it just exposes us because, I mean, as streetwear like sneaker fans, we're also in very much of like a bubble similar to the high fashion people, where you kind of have your niche and you're comfortable and you like what you like. And then it's just, again, it's like an introduction into something that you're not necessarily familiar with, because there are some really cool things going on in high fashion and these other like higher tiered brands or whatever. So it is, I think it goes both ways for sure. And it's interesting to see what these kind of takes look like from like high fashion, like usually very abstract, different styles, and then sportswear, it's meant to be like wearable, comfortable. So when they come up with different like creations, it's usually interesting to see. Yeah, just wanted to discuss that a little bit. It seems like it's safe to say nobody will be picking up the CDG Foamposite this week. So this week in kicks will be very dry, apparently, but maybe if they go on sale even if they go on sale, I'm not even interested, to be honest. Like, I don't think there's a price where I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to buy the CDG foam. Maybe like $80, like below $100. I'd be interested. Alvin, are you higher than that? You said you liked the white one.
Yeah, I liked it.
What's a price point where you would buy it in Canadian dollars?
Free.
Okay, so not
Free
you would
99.
not. Joel, is there a price point where you would see it in a store and be like, I'll buy it, sure?
If I find it at like at a Marshalls, I'm
Yeah.
gonna hit you guys up, and I'm like, "Yo, $125."
No,
like,
too high.
yo.
No, too high. $80, $79.99.
I
No
would
tax.
rather buy a CDG top from Net Magnetism and get entered into the raffles.
True.
Is what I would
Yeah.
rather do.
Rather.
Great segue into our final ad placement. This episode has been brought to you by Net Magnetism. You can use our code
Netmag.
CGS20 to receive 0% off of your next membership or subscription order.
0%.
Thank you. That's it for this week. Wherever you guys are taking in this episode, please leave a comment, review, follow, and or subscribe. Make sure to check out CanadaGotSold.ca to shop the latest CGS merch, like the one on Alvin's head. Whoops, I didn't say that. Peep the YouTube.
Gang.
Peep the YouTube for our latest videos, and check out CGS Talk on Facebook to chop it up with us. Of course, do not forget to use hashtag CanadaGotSoul on Instagram for a feature. I have been Lawrence Hopkins, and you can find me at LDoggyStyles on Instagram. Woof.
I'm Joel Hernandez. You can find me at Joe Dooney, JO_D3OsNEY.
My name is Alvin Quincy, and you can find me at MISTERQ and then Mart.
And we want to thank you for listening to us talk about sneakers for 185 episodes. Please remember to rock your kicks. This has been True to Size. We have been CGS, and we are out. Peace. Fucking CDG Foamposite.
CDG.
CDG.